What's up? What's up? This is Mr. Merriweather, the chairman of your favorite nonprofit. We are having another reading night. Let's see if we can mute all these other extra noises. But we are. All right, here we go. So another reading night with Black to Life. Tonight I will be reading The Fortune Tellers by Lloyd Alexander. It's a fun book. I read it with my daughter before. How do I get this over here? Here we go. Read it with my daughter before, and she enjoyed it. So, um, everyone knows I like to get a few. I'm going to shoot for 10 people to join the live before I get started. Thanks to the one person watching right now. Please share. Um, so we can go ahead and get this. This has a lot of notifications pop up. Let me see if I can turn this down because I don't want y'all hearing all that stuff. Yeah. So, before one of the things I want to do, before I get started, I want to congratulate the 15 teachers for our first teacher grant. Um, Blacks to Life wanted to do their part as far as give back to the people who spend the time with our children, who we trust with our children throughout the day, through the majority of the week. So again, we really do appreciate the teachers, and our form of showing our appreciation was to do the teacher grant. We gave 15 teachers $100, um, and we awarded them. Most of those funds have already been sent out. So we want to continue to further our mission, continue to have Black men doing more and more in our communities. Hey, what's up, Courtney? So I'm gonna go ahead and read the list of the 15 people. I'm up to 3 people right now. Appreciate y'all. Again, share this as much as possible. Um, we want to get up. I want to at least get up to 10 before I start reading. Again, I'll be reading The Fortune Tellers by Lloyd Alexander tonight. Also, you might have noticed that the time has shifted a little bit. We're trying to see what time is optimal since most of the people that follow us are in between the East Coast and uh, we got a lot of Texas people, so we'll say the South. So in 2 different time zones, Central Time Zone and East Coast. So we want to make sure that we're doing our best to optimize all of the people that are following Black to Life. But before I get into reading the book, I want to congratulate Ayana Lee, Shakira Davis, Aisha Parks, Tracy Thompson, Jasmine Winters, Robert Miller, Kenji Ford, Sierra Williams, Mary Mosley, Erica Short, Andrea Short, Brittany Oliver, Chantel Brown, Rena Rogers, and Kirsten Peltier. So we want to congratulate them again, and all the people that actually apply. Hopefully next year we'll be able to fund more than just the 15. We want to keep growing bigger and better and reaching out more to the community. So I'm going to share this live. Thank you, Courtney. Appreciate it. I'm gonna share it on my phone real quick to a few people. I hope everyone is having a good day. Here we go. Right, share. Right, post. Live reading. All right, that's kind of weird looking at yourself while you lie. But all right, so we are at 2, and I'm 5 minutes in. Hopefully the people. Let me see if I can invite some. I can send this directly to some people. Let me do that. Let's see. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. All right. So yeah, we don't get any more people. It's just gonna be us. Also, you can check our YouTube page. Most of our lives have been recorded and uploaded to YouTube. We're going to try to make the YouTube videos a little bit better in the future. Going to get some animation on there, some stuff for the kids, um, just to keep them involved and keep them um, up on the reading, because we want to be as live and interactive as possible. I was at for, hey, what's going on, Schart? Again, congratulations on your grant. But yes, this is The Fortune Teller by Lloyd Alexander. So I'm going to go ahead and get in this book. It's a pretty good book, pretty easy read. But again, this is something I read to my daughter, who is 4, going on 5 in October. Shout out to London if she's watching this, if she jumps on the live. So, a young carpenter. Oh, where we go? Where we at? Where we at? All right, I'm gonna shift a little bit. See if I can get up a little bit. Here. Do, do, do. Work with me, y'all. Work with me. All right. The young carpenter was unhappy in his trade. Will I be hammering and swinging the rest of my days? He asked himself, without wife or sweetheart, and nothing but long labor for the little pay. He kept wondering if the future held anything better. So he's up here reading. What's up, Kenny? So here he's through his market. And if you can tell, this book is in Africa, right? Actually set in Cameroon, West Africa. All right. Hearing that a fortune teller had come to the neighboring town, he set off eagerly to learn the answers to his question. He found the prophet living in a room above a cloth merchant shop. Do, do, do. So can y'all see that? Y'all see that? So here we go. So he went and talked to the fortune. You see the fortune teller? Got his hand on the trip. He's looking at me. You probably want to be a little bit more nice if the man's about to tell him his fortune. My first prediction is this, the fortune teller said before the carpenter could begin. You're going to pay me a nice fee, but that's a mere trifle to someone destined for wealth. Do you see me rich then? Exclaimed the carpenter gladly, handing over the coins the fortune teller demanded. Rich you will surely be, answered the fortune teller, settling his magic cap on his head. Oh, yeah, settling his magic cap on his head and gazing into the crystal ball on the table, on one condition, that you earn large sums of money. So he said he'll be rich. That's him. But he had to do what? Earn large sums of money. So, marvelous, cried the carpenter. Things looking brighter already. And with so much wealth, will I be famous too? No question about it, said the fortune teller. Once you become well known, amazing, said the carpenter. But now tell me, will I marry and be happy ever after? You shall wed your true love, said the fortune teller, if you find her and she agrees. And you shall be happy as any in the world if you can avoid being miserable. You see him talking to him? Now, if you guys were paying attention, all of those fortunes came with stipulations. The carpenter had to do something. I don't think you realize that. So that's the basis of the story. You control your own fortune. So look at him. He got all excited and happy and ran, running to his. Better and better, said the carpenter. And shall we have a long life together? The longest, replied the fortune teller, again peering into the crystal ball. Only one thing might cut it short, an early demise. Wonderful, cried the carpenter. Thank you, master seer, thank you. With that, he left the fortune teller and hurried homeward, impatient for all these good things to happen. He had scarcely gone halfway when he thought of a dozen more questions he was burning to ask. So he turned around and ran back as fast as he could. So he was on his way home to his fortune, then he turned back around. I wonder what he had to ask him. To his surprise and disappointment, he found the room empty. The fortune teller's cap and crystal ball were on the table. Puzzling over what had become of their owner, the carpenter ventured to pick up the objects, eyeing them with fear and fascination. As he did, the door flew open, and in stormed the cloth merchant's wife. She stopped in her tracks, and her eyes popped in astonishment. A miracle, she burst out. Only this morning you were a scuffy old codger. You've changed yourself into a handsome young man. What powers you have, she went on. To think I took you for a fraud and was coming to throw you out of the house. Honored guests, stay as long as you like. I'll never ask a penny's rent if you'll tell our fortunes. So you see that he didn't switch, he didn't came up just by running back and being in the right place. Hey, Donald Lee, what's going on? Leslie, what's up? What's up? So guess what he started doing? The carpenter tried to explain, but the cloth merchant's wife would hear none of it. She called in her husband and daughter. They all insisted so firmly that the carpenter at last put on the cap, sat down at the table, and peered into the crystal ball. Tell me straight off, said the cloth merchant's wife. Are we to be rich with fine clothes, horses, and herds of cattle? Though he stared and squinted, the bewildered carpenter saw nothing whatever. At a loss for what else to do, he recalled what the fortune teller had told him. Yes, enormously rich, said the carpenter. As soon as you gain a lot of money, you'll have all those good things once you can afford to buy them. You see that? Shall we live long and happy? Asked the cloth merchant. Indeed so, replied the carpenter. You need only stay healthy and keep breathing. I think I'm going to become a fortune teller now. And I, asked the cloth merchant's daughter, shall I find my true love? Ah, as for that, said the carpenter, blushing a little, I can assure you it will happen. In fact, it's happening already. So he used the crystal ball to spit game. Man. See how look at this dude. Who else joined us? Who else we got on here? We got a few people joining. What's up? What's up? So he look at him. He ain't got pop easy. He got the streets of Cameroon popping. All these people came to come talk to him. Hearing of the marvelous profit, the neighbors came clamoring to know their fortune, pressing coins into the hands of the carpenter, who told the same to each in turn. If that's all there is to it, he said to himself, I like it better than carpentry. So instead of going back to his hammer and saw, he set up as a fortune teller. See everybody coming and talking to him. All these people. His fame spread quickly. He grew richer than he had ever dreamed, married the cloth merchant's daughter, and lived long years of happiness. See all these people around him? Look at that. They dress nice too. Man. As to the real fortune teller, while he'd been leaning over the balcony, wondering if tomorrow would be hotter than yesterday, he lost his balance, tumbled down to a passing cart, and jolted the driver off the seat. The seat fell out the window. And I guess the cart took off. The frightened ox bolted, went plunging through town into the savannah, where the fortune teller was thrown clear only to be chased by a lion. And he climbed into a tree to escape. He broke open a hornet's nest and, oh my goodness, that wasn't good luck for the fortune teller. Boom. Dashing. Gone. Fighting off the angry storm, was snatched from the branch by a giant eagle who carried him aloft and dropped him into a river where he was swept downstream and never to seen or heard from again. My goodness, he had some bad luck. Just dropped him out there. Despite his wealth and fame, the carpenter never forgot his benefactor. Although in time he gave up wondering what had happened to the fortune teller, the carpenter thought of him frequently with warmth and gratitude for having seen the future so clearly. See how beautiful it is? The end. So again, that was The Fortune Teller by Lloyd Alexander, illustrated by Trina Hyman. Trina Schart Hyman. So thanks to everybody who joined. Again, congratulations to all our winners. Look out for us in a city near you. Black to Life will be in Dallas this weekend. Check our page to see exactly where. We are going to be in at least 10 cities this month and a couple more cities in October. We are doing our best to keep passing out books. So we're going to have a few more events like we had in DC. We are going to reach out to the community some more, so doing some more reading. Fellas, we need your help for Giving Tuesday, December 3rd as well. So last year we got, I think, close to 50 fellas. We had some guys in Trinidad. We had homies in Nigeria go to schools and read. So if you can't make it to a school or if you can't make it to a daycare, just find a youngin'. If you got a kid, read to your kid. But we want pictures of black men reading. D, what's up? What's up? We want pictures of black men reading. We want that to go viral, man. We really want the world to see exactly what we're doing in our community. Outside of that, we want to become more effective and let our kids know, our own kids know, and our own communities know the power of literacy, the power of reading. So we are going to do 100 Black Men Read on Giving Tuesday, which is December 3rd. If you are a black man, check our event page out and click going and share that picture with us. So thanks again. If you didn't get a chance, we watched on here. You can share it or go and subscribe our YouTube page. All our videos will be on there. Thanks again.